Hi. First of all, on your statement that libertarians believe that liberty has to be earned, that is not a right that you're born with. I mean, that's just totally wrong. We definitely believe that that's a birthright, something you're simply born with. Um, and I feel that um, that there's a misunderstanding as far as what our definitions of liberty is. It seems like we have different definitions of liberty. Libertarians view liberty as simply freedom from coercion, freedom from violence, from the use of force. And I think historically speaking, that has usually been the context by which the concept of liberty has arisen. An example, the American independence, the reason for it was because we didn't think it was right for some government across the ocean be taxing us, taking money from us, taking wealth from us when um, they're not basically doing anything for us. So um, it was that type of liberty that we were fighting for. And in other places, it's been freedom from violence, from oppression. Basically, governments becoming bullies, becoming sort of like mafia, where they have the guns and they say what the rules are and they have the right to take whatever they want from you. That's the type of oppression and violence and use of force that people have fought for when they fought for liberty. And that's what libertarians think of with it when they talk about liberty. Just simply freedom from force, freedom from violence, being able to do what you want with your life, not being owned by a government or whoever, being able to keep the fruits of your labor. Um, just owning yourself, basically, owning yourself and being free. And not demanding that my neighbor should give me this, or I mean, no, just leave me alone, just the freedom to be left alone. So that's what we view as liberty, and that's what we mean by liberty. It seems like what you mean by liberty is more of what you have, and uh, I think that is misguided, and um, obviously different circumstances in life can limit and define the type of opportunities you'll have. Even natural born abilities like your height. You even if you want to be a basketball player, but you're really short, maybe you can't. So you're limited. So does that mean you're not free? I mean, there's a lot of limitations in life that are just part of life. But I don't think that's like not being free. And obviously your economic circumstance can play a role in what your opportunities are. If you're born from a poor or rich family, that's you're gonna have different opportunities, but it doesn't mean that you're not free. You're still free. I mean, from our point of view, and those type of issues like poverty, income inequality can be discussed, but not when discussing liberty, because those are not matter of liberty. They're just different socioeconomic issues that can be discussed, as see what type of solutions we can come up with. And so that's regarding liberty, we're definitely for liberty. I mean, that's a fundamental principle behind a libertarian ideology: freedom from oppression, you know um, freedom from basically taxation uh, without representation, those type of things. Regarding the money supply, you made a statement that rich people somehow benefit from restricting the money supply. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what your views or understanding or notions are regarding a monetary policy or government and wealth. I don't know what your views are on that, but um, in the system that we have now, which is a fiat monetary system, increasing the money supply actually harms poor people the most. Poor people that are in fixed incomes, um, they they're affected by prices going up. Basically, their living standards are reduced because of it. They become poorer because of inflation, which is a result of increasing, or price inflation, which is a result of an increase in the money supply. So they don't benefit from it, and rich people don't benefit from that either. I mean, not the average rich person, entrepreneur, business owner that can have savings in a given bank, and this includes. I mean, it harms both workers, that save for their retirement, and rich people that can have $1 million, $2 million in the bank. If there's inflation, and their money loses value, so this doesn't benefit them. Money inflation does benefit other people like bureaucrats, Wall Street, uh, investment bankers, and probably buddies, bureaucrat buddies or friends of the government, and people, basically big business that are in bed with the government that can somehow manage to get some of that money first and spend it into the economy and basically acquire real things of real value with that fiat money, and then as it trickles down and it stimulates inflation, other people have to pay for that. So they benefit. Governments love inflation, and historically, whenever there's been a fiat monetary system, governments love it because they can just inflate, they can just print money and spend it and not deal with the resistance of taxpayers, people, or tax protests or things like that. They can just print money, be it to spend for war, for their friends, for themselves, for corruption, for a welfare state, to benefit different organizations, whatever it is that they're gonna do with the money. Um, they have a lot of power to do that, and people aren't even aware, of it. So they love inflation. So I don't know what you mean by like restricting the money supply. I just don't understand what you mean by that. That restricting the money supply benefits everybody because it maintains the value of our earnings. So I don't know if you're equating money, uh, paper money with wealth, and that somehow if you create more money, you create more wealth. And I mean, I don't know if that's your view, but obviously wealth is not determined by how many pieces of paper are in circulation. Wealth is what's produced, what services and products are produced, and that determines the wealth of a country. So when money is simply printed, you just get inflation. You just get more money and the same amount of goods, so prices go up. I don't know what you mean by that. And So that's our point of view. We definitely think people are born with the right to liberty and life. So I feel that there's just a misunderstanding of what you mean by liberty and what libertarians mean by liberty. And regarding, government and corruption and special interests and lobbyists and all those sort of problems, I don't know what the answer is. I don't have a solution for it, not yet. I think it's important for us or our generation to talk about it respectfully and try to come up with creative solutions on how to deal with these problems. I think everyone agrees there's the problem exists in Washington, and uh, we gotta talk about it. What type of solutions we can come up with, and maybe as a generation we can come up with an alternative system that hasn't been thought of. I don't know what your views are on an alternative government. But it would be interesting to hear about that.